So here's a subject that is has been speculated on, and I believe a lot of TIs have sort of misdirected their blame. People say that who is behind the electronic harassment / gang stalking program is the CIA or the Navy or the Masons or this or that politician, when there's some accuracy to that, but the real correct answer would be all of the above. And to really name the group at the head of the beast, that would be the globalists, the elitist cabal of a group of maybe a few thousand people, some public, some still in the shadows, people like Henry Kissinger. And these people are really at the top of the pyramid. They command international organizations, and that's where they derive their power. They get their wealth from the central banking, and they issue their directives from organizations like NATO and the UN to the individual nations, like countries in Europe or the United States, what have you. And within each nation, of course, there is their law enforcement or intelligence departments who issue their directives and collect information on the targeted individuals, but then also pursue them by dispatching their agents and operatives to the targeted individuals, and then recruit local informants who are either in on it, quote unquote, but more frequently are given disinformation about the target in the form of, slander, or only given portions of information, so that when they interact with the target, they participate in the harassment. And so it's this structure that allows this small group to have so much influence, while the lower components and subordinate entities are really unaware vastly of the larger picture of what's really going on. Because if people really knew what's going on, there would be an uproar about this. It would be the front page story. But because the nature of the attacks mimics mental illness, and because the technology and programs being employed are classified, this entire program has been going on for years and years under everyone's noses, and only recently is it starting to surface in the news. Law enforcement starting to catch wind of it, and with technology, or understanding of technology becoming more mainstream, and the potential for not only surveillance but also harassment, people are starting to see the implications. And it's only a matter of time that this entire program becomes public, just like the NSA activities have become public. So the main message I want to send here is that it's designed so that when the targeted individual starts noticing that there's something going on, there's something weird here, they are going to blame their neighbor, or the local Masonic lodge, or the police department, or the fire department. And while it's possible that that group or office has been compromised, and there are people who are in on it, it's more likely that they have been manipulated into participating in the harassment. And another thing you got to remember is that people who are formally targeted individuals, in many cases, have been recruited into these ranks not only because they have a sort of pseudo-empathetic experience as to what it's like to be a target, and that makes them more effective at attacking the target, but also because they are afraid of their harassment to resurface or to become a target again. So that's why they basically sold themselves to the devil. And at some point, you may be approached brazenly and asked to help with the program, and that's a choice that you're going to have to make, and I hope you make the right one. So that's essentially it. The answer, it's going to take a lot of work, and we're going to have to use the very mechanisms that have kind of been usurped in order to solve this problem, that being whatever judiciary system a given country has in place. The reason that these problems have gotten to the point of where they're at now is because we haven't been enforcing the law as we should. It's been selectively enforced, and criminals have gotten the reins of power. And it's time for people to take back their fate and take back their countries. That's the bottom line.